Okay, so this is a get ready with me. And what I'm going to be doing is my quick Saturday makeup. This is like a quick look that I can just throw on, go to the vet, do whatever I have to do with the animals, and usually involves running around and doing a lot of other stuff. So anyway, what I'm going to do, though, I always use concealer, is I am going to try to use the Tarte Shape Tape again. You guys know this was kind of a failure for me as far as it just kept creasing no matter what. My lighting is pretty awful. It's a overcast day, so I can't use the outside light as much as I would like to. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and use this Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm going to use my little stippling brush to blend it in. So I'm going to try to use as little as possible. The doe foot applicator is so big that it makes it a little bit hard to just get a tiny bit, and I don't want to touch the brush to it like I could just get it off with the brush, because I don't want to contaminate the doe foot with the brush, which has been used before and in other products. So I'm just going to dot it on. You always end up with a little too much, and I know the Shape Tape, their plan is to have people use it as also a product for contouring. So anyway, yes, it's a little bit yellow, but I think that's it correcting. It's one of the things that makes a correction, and this doesn't really look yellow in the tube. It looks slightly yellow on me because I have the most purple dark circles that you'll ever see in your life. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in. Now, Saturday look for me is not usually a heavy look. It's usually like quick, like powder or CC cream. I don't put a whole lot of like the actual foundation stuff on unless I'm going out to dinner with my husband, in which case then I feel like I should, and I do. So anyway, that was too much. And so I'm just going to warm it a little bit with my finger and pat it in, which I think seems to work pretty well. And I'm going to draw a little bit down my nose. Those of you who have told me you're also on a CPAP know that and allergies are one of the reasons that I have the reddest nose. And down here I'm very dry because of blowing my nose all day yesterday. Even though I used Puffs Plus, the tissues with lotion, it's still a problem. All right, so that's blended in. You know, it does cover the purple in my eyes, so I do have to say it's pretty good for that. I'm going to set this right away because I noticed that when I set it with a translucent powder that it seems to smooth out just a little bit. So before I even go ahead and put on my powder foundations, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of translucent powder here, and I'm just going to set it here, and I'll wipe off the excess when I go to do my entire foundation. Now, I still have not broken out any other new products. When I do, I will definitely review them with you, but I have not done so far. Okay, so that just needs to be swept off, just a little bit of excess, and I still look shadowy, but I think that using the setting powder, I think, is going to help with the fine lines. So today I am going to use my Bare Minerals. I have a couple of favorites. Bare Minerals polishes in and makes a luminous-like glow. But I also, one of my absolute favorites, by the way, is this Physicians Formula. And this is one of the best. It's like such a close dupe to Bare Minerals that it's amazing. So I am, for the purposes of this video, going to use my Bare Minerals, and I did buy this deluxe size on QVC, and I believe they just had them again, so that you keep an eye on QVC and also on the sale pages on Ulta, and you'll see that sometimes these things do pop up. I'm going to start with my chin. That is a problem area. I do have a sunspot here that not everything covers. I know, it's crazy to start with my chin, but I'm going to do that today. Now typically what's in your brush with the Bare Minerals is enough for your whole face. Like I just sprinkled that much into the cap. So that way I can keep adding if I need to, and of course I absolutely do need to, but I have now successfully covered that spot on my chin, at least as far as I can see. So puppy's asleep, by the way, and I have to go pay for his puppy training class at PetSmart. But my husband has my car for now because he took the big guy for his grooming. Yes, even German Shepherds need to be groomed periodically. But anyway, he is starting to do a super shed because the spring weather, and even though it got freezing cold and, you know, the animals were all kind of like, what the heck is going on here? You know, it's still, he does still need to get groomed because he's dropping hair everywhere now. Those of you who've had German Shepherds, you know how heavily they can shed, and yep, the guy is just shedding all over. I do use the mineral veil, and I've used it with other stuff too. Oops, it's a little bit more powdery than the foundation is, which is kind of, I don't really like that it's so powdery because it's a little harder to not put a ton on. So I'm just gonna try to, because the brush has a ton now, try to just spot that on, and now I'm going to buff it in. Now buffing in the Bare Minerals definitely helps. Well, I do want to use a little bit of eyelid primer, and so I will put that on. I'm not super careful with this because it's a cream product. Unlike my, I have another one by Bella Pierre that costs like a fortune, like really costs a fortune, and I use a brush to put that one on. So this one I just stroke on with my fingers. There we go. And I'll let that set a little bit while I figure out what I'm going to do with my eyes. Before I switch over to a new makeup basket, I do want to utilize the stuff that I have in my makeup basket right now. I'm hoping that I can film that for you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure if how things are going to work out for me. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use this again. I just recently used it and I put the pink on, and that was pretty ill-advised. But I am starting to almost hit pan on a few of these colors, and so I'm going to go ahead and do the look that I'm most familiar with, which is from this palette anyway, which is the pink, the brown color, and a little bit of the green color. The purple pink did not look good on me, so I'll find a different way to use those so that it's not an entire lid of pink eye looking. So anyway, I'm almost hitting pan on one of these. My goal with the Elizabeth Arden stuff, I do love it, I really love it, but my goal is to use it up. And if I get it as a gift, like I got the oil capsules as a gift for my birthday, then I can reconcile using them. I'm not spending my own money for those. I know some of you will be hating me for that, but I do use them because I do love them. And I got quite a lot of them for my birthday. But I'm not buying any like Elizabeth Arden stuff on my own. So anyway, let's put this light color here and in the corner. I'm going to use this color, this rust color here, to do my entire lid. Now see, I'm kind of digressing on the weekend look. The weekend look, what I would do now is I would not put the green that I'm going to put on. I would just go like this, a little bit of this, a little bit of colorful eyeliner, a little blush, lipstick, mascara, and I'd be out the door. But because I have you guys, and I love this green, I'm going to use it, and that is this hunter green right here. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And I will blend that, don't worry. I know it looks horrible right now. So I will blend that. And actually the blending brush will end up taking away a lot of that color. And this one I believe is from Mally. And I know it came in a beauty box because I have never purchased a Mally product. I know they're supposed to be really good products, but I have so much stuff. Like, I have to use up all my stuff before I start buying any other cosmetics. The only thing I might fall for is one of those Stila palettes, just because they just became cruelty-free. Alright, so that is done. I know I don't look terrific because the frickin' Tarte Shape Tape is creasing on me. It seems to crease on me a little more than like even my Physicians Formula one. I don't understand it, and that it's kind of upsetting. I'm going to use a colorful eyeliner, and I have another Mally product, and it's an eyeliner, and it's in navy blue. I think it's navy blue anyway. Let's see if I can get the cap off. Yep, there we go. It's one of these roll-up ones. Now I have Smashbox ones, and they actually have like a little sharpener in the cap, which is really cool. But I figured out, let me just grab this and I'll do this one. Now, most people will go, why are you going to wear a blue eyeliner with a green eyeshadow? Because I feel like it. So I am going to go ahead and line my eyes with this. This is kind of a muted blue, so it's not like an in-your-eye blue, like blue in your eye, and it's hardly going on. There, that helped maybe. I just rubbed it on a piece of paper that I have on my desk here, or I should say on my vanity. There, so you can see it doesn't look like blue in your eye. Like my Smashbox blue liner is like really blue. This just looks kind of like a muted color when it's on with other colors. I'm sure if it was on with blue, it might look a little bit more blue. Now on the weekends, sometimes I don't wear eyeshadow at all, but I always wear under eye concealer no matter what. Okay, now since I already have this palette out, I'm going to go ahead and use that pink that's in there. I do put a little blush on the weekend. See, weekend makeup for me is usually quick, uncomplicated. Not this. It's usually a lot less complicated than this is. Alright, so I'm using this blush brush, and I do need to look in the mirror to do this. This is actually a blush brush that is from a set that I got from, I believe it was Crown Brush, and a long time ago. And I use it a lot for bronzers and stuff. So I'm not going to bother with bronzer today because I look pale and I look horrible, but I'm not going anywhere. I actually do have to go to PetSmart to pay for my baby's training class, but that's it for that. Okay, now I also am going to use, I guess I should use the Pacifica just to use it up. I'm not fond of this. I know it's a good product though, which is why I am trying to use it up, because It's a good product, and I just hate to not use it just because the brush sucks so much. So I'm just going to try to make the brush work for me. Okay. The one thing this brush is good for is the lower lashes, but it doesn't build up much of anything on the upper. Now I'm going to try changing the brush from the skinny to the fat version again and put that in there, and hopefully I can get a little bit of volume here. So I'm going to use this color Michael, which is an e.l.f. lip color. It does need a lip liner, so I will use a lip liner. And I have this little tiny sample size of the Tarte that was in a use up, which I could not roll it up to see how much was left, and there's still a little bit there. So I mean, it could be full. I don't know, because this is the kind that when you roll it up, you can't roll it back down. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, and I'm gonna put on that color Michael. Okay, so I do like this Tarte lip liner, but I don't think I would be buying it until I use up the billions of lip liners I already have. But this may actually go into my book of things I want to buy in the future. I think that's a good idea to keep track of stuff like that, because a lot of times you'll see things that, or use things that you really like, and then you don't go any further because you forget about them, you have too much stuff, or you buy it and it goes bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Michael on. This is e.l.f. liquid lipstick, is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, and I think it's like $2 or $3. Okay. What I like about it is it's not sticky at all, and it kind of like melds into your lips. Now, I've been trying to use up this Lancome eyebrow pencil, and I did sharpen it since my last Get Ready With Me. And it's a powder pencil, and it's very nice, but it's not cruelty free. One of my goals is to completely use up all of my non-cruelty free products, and I'm getting pretty close. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I'm also going to, let me put that sucker back, and I'm going to go ahead and use this Ulta eyebrow gel. I heartily recommend this because it's really nice, holds your eyebrows in place, and it's not crunchy. So I really, really like it. So this look is a little more than I would wear if I was just running out to the store. I wouldn't bother to put the green in the V. I would just put like a basic eye on, or no eyeshadow at all. I always make sure I have under eye cover, eyeliner, and mascara and lipstick at bare minimum. Most of the time, I love the finish of this Bare Minerals, but most of the time on the weekends I mostly wear this one, and this is the Physicians Formula one. It's getting pretty low, but I have a spare, so yeah, so I was thinking ahead on that one. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. This has been Mary with Reviewer's Diary with a quick weekend Get Ready With Me. Little more makeup on me than I normally would wear on a weekend, but anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Have a beautiful evening. Good night.